Viewers, for 30 long years, we've been denied this moment. But today, in Naya Kashmir, the message fluttered in the heartwarming gale has changed, swept through the valley, viewers. That's right. As the Tiranga was unfurled at the clock tower in Lal Chowk, this iconic location was historically connected to the citadel of India's democracy, Rajpath, both in spirit and sentiment, viewers. Mark my words, this day will forever be etched in history because the Tiranga supplants all at Lal Chowk. The same Lal Chowk where once Islamists, paid Pakistan agents and their tacit supporters in the political establishment would plant their flags of revolt and subterfuge. As a matter of fact, those were the days. As the visuals on your screen now testify, when to unfurl or hoist the Tiranga was considered a crime. Yes, viewers, it was considered a crime to do so. Those pictures to the left of your screen show the moment when Sushma Swaraj, the late Sushma Swaraj, and the late Arun Jaitley were in fact detained by the police for daring to unfurl the Tiranga on a day when India celebrates its constitutional values. Viewers, what could be more absurd than this? Shouldn't those who made patriotism a crime be brought to book? That's the question. That's the fundamental bottom line question. Contrary to what some motivated voices will tell you, the flag has not been planted by some great executive fiat, but with consent of Kashmir's public, with the active consent of Kashmir's public. Young activists enthused by the shortening distance between Srinagar and the mainland have taken the lead to fly the Tiranga of unity and purpose. Today, viewers, we need to listen to these patriots who were forever intimidated by Pakistan's proxies and Islamists for speaking what was in their hearts, for expressing their love for this nation, for saying, viewers, for saying the words of India's national anthem. Listen to some of them as they were elated today to do what you and I, viewers, consider our constitutional duties. Listen to this.
You know, we promised to each other that come what, we will hoist this tricolour on the, historical tower. And this is a slap for those who, after abrogation of Article 370, they came into the national media, and while in international media as well, they said there will be no hands to, unfurl the flags of India if they touch the abrogation, if they touch the Article 370 or 35A. This is a tight slap for them.
It's today Sahil, Bashir and Sajid. So tomorrow it will be somebody else. And trust me, we will support whosoever will go, whosoever will stand with the country. We are with them, we are with him, we are with her. We are okay with to support each and every individual in Kashmir Valley, whosoever will support idea of India in Kashmir Valley.
कल तक तो कोई स्टेडियम में झंडा हाथ में नहीं उठा सकता था, तिरंगे को उड़ा नहीं सकता था। आज देखिए, आज हर एक हाथ में तिरंगा है और लोग देखिए कितनी खुश है, हर तरफ तिरंगा ही तिरंगा नजर आ रहा है।
बहुत टाइम के बाद यहाँ पे तिरंगा फैला रहा है घंटाघर के पास, जो इससे पहले कभी नहीं यहाँ पे हुआ था। और कश्मीर में यही मैं बोलूँगी लोगों से कि मैं लोगों से यही अपील करती हूँ कि कश्मीर में बदलाव आ चुका है। इससे पहले कभी बदलाव आ नहीं रहे, जो जितने भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज थे ये कभी मैंने नहीं देखा। और मैं भी जो यहाँ पे इतनी बड़ी होगी, कभी मैंने घंटाघर के पास तिरंगा नहीं देखा, लेकिन कश्मीर में बदलाव आ चुका है, इंशाल्लाह आएगा भी।
Viewers, today that Tiranga that is flying above Lal Chowk is the most visible symbol of change. There are several others that I will now spell out for you, viewers. Ignore these hard facts at your own peril, and these hard facts are important. They are the heart of this show because, viewers, I, through these hard facts, bring you closer to the truth. Now let me take you through some of these hard facts which are symbolic of the change that is sweeping through Naya Kashmir. First, of course, is the salute to Tiranga. Unprecedented 30 years, viewers. Unfurled at the iconic Lal Chowk and across Jammu and Kashmir. Not just Lal Chowk, let me tell you, viewers. Shopian, the heart of militancy, so to speak. Even there, the flag was unfurled. Even there, viewers. Even there. Tribute to patriots. J&K government schools to be renamed after fallen soldiers. Can you believe that? It could never have happened a few years ago. 28,400 crore package to boost industries. Investment proposals worth 31,000 crores in December. People are wanting to invest not just in peace and prosperity, but in integration, viewers. Any Indian can purchase non-farmland in the valley now. For the first time, West Pakistani refugees, Valmikis, can vote. They were not allowed to vote. 875 terrorists killed by security forces in just 4 years. Number of active terrorists down to less than 230 years. Pakistan can pump as much money as it wants. But honesty of purpose will defeat Pakistan's intentions day in, day out. 29,000 youth are registering to join the army after the abrogation of Article 370, viewers. 51% voter turnout in the first ever DDC polls. This is grassroots democracy taking root, so to speak, in Kashmir. Viewers, I told you there was a time when paying tribute to India in Srinagar was a prosecutable offense. I want to ask, should those who stop millions of us from exercising our rights not be prosecuted for this grave crime of treachery? If not prosecuted, then at least named and shamed. And today, viewers, I'm going to show you some pictures. We're going to break some news. This is how the fire of revolution is spreading through Kashmir. I'm going to show you pictures of young children. Yes, viewers, young adults walking through the streets of Kashmir, particularly outside the homes of the Abdullahs and Muftis, with a meters long, 30 meters long flag. There is the picture. All of those who taunt, viewers, all of those who taunt the Tiranga today, watch this. This is the flag of integration. It's the ultimate snub to Tiranga taunters. Even today, Omar Abdullah came out and said, oh, but the flag has been taken down. Dar gaye. That was what he was trying to say. The flag code says it will fly from sunrise to sunset, viewers. Children are giving lessons in patriotism today to all of those who agitated minds, viewers, to create instability in Kashmir, to actually forward their own agenda. Pradeep, I just want to come out to you. Can all this be staged? Can this spontaneity be staged, Pradeep? This is the fundamental question I'm asking you tonight.
Not at all, Rahul. In fact, this is not symbolism. It is all about the sentiments and emotions of 1.3 billion Indians. And today, people of Kashmir came out and they were fluttering tricolour at iconic clock tower. And where the place where this tricolour was today raised. In fact, this is just 200 meters away from Mysoma. That means the home of Yasin Malik. Yasin Malik and goons used to come and they used to raise Pakistani flag. But Indians were treated as criminals if anybody wanted to raise tricolour. So after 30 years of Ekta Yatra, when Murli Manohar Joshi along with then Narendra Modi, who was that time a BJP leader only, they came over to this place. They had so many difficulties to face. Firing was there, and despite all those difficulties, they raised tricolour. And that time they had seen that dream. And after 30 years, finally, the dream has been fulfilled. And who has fulfilled the dream? It's people of Kashmir. They have conveyed a message loud and clear. When Tricolour was raised at Shopia, they sent a message to Pakistan that they reject terrorism. When Tricolour was raised at Lal Chowk, that was a message to separatists that they do not believe in their ideology. And while they were moving with a 30-meter Tricolour from outside that car lane, that is from outside the residence of Farooq Abdullah and Mahbooba Mufti, that was a tight slap on the faces of Pak apologists and Tiranga taunters who were saying that after abrogation of Article 370, there will be no one to hold Tricolour. So people of Kashmir Valley have told them that we believe in Tiranga and we believe in constitution that gives us a democracy, that now anybody can be leader. It is not only the dynasty who is going to rule Kashmir. Now a common Kashmiri can also think of winning election, being leader and leading Jammu and Kashmir towards prosperity.
Absolutely, Pradeep. I think you've hit the nail on the head. Let me tell you, people like Mahbooba Mufti in 2020 said, we'll host the Tricolour when we get J&K flag back. Yes, viewers. There was Farooq Abdullah said, forget POK. Raise the Indian flag in Lal Chowk first, tab baatein karo. Mil gaya inko jawab. The flag is being paraded, viewers, by children outside the homes of these Gupkar Road politicians who have lived exalted existences in Kashmir, above it all, viewers, playing games. I want to keep those visuals of both the hoisting at Lal Chowk today, the unfurling of the flag, and those children. Those children, the future of Kashmir is sending a message, and I want to open this up because I want to also talk to others who are the future of Kashmir today. I want to speak to Sajid Yusuf, who was the organizer of this ceremony at Lal Chowk. Sajid Yusuf, first of all, I want to come out and say that you have sent a message, a stirring message, to all of those who think that they can run a fake narrative in Kashmir. I want you to tell us today what's the message. Sajid Bhai, what's the message?
See, Rahul, first of all, I would like to thank Times Now for giving me space to speak up. First of all, I will say to those people who are saying that if Union of India will abrogate Article 370, nobody will hold Tiranga in his hand. So I think whatever happened today in the historical Lal Chowk, it's a big slap on their face. I think they got their answer today. It's not only about me or Sahil, who was with me at that time. There were hundreds of Kashmiris on the streets. They were celebrating celebrating Republic Day in a very joyous manner. But I must tell one more thing to our PDP leaders, Mahbooba Mufti, who once said that nobody will hold the Tricolour. And trust me, it took us too much time to host the Tricolour. For example, if you have already mentioned that in 1992, Manohar Lal Joshi, along with the current Prime Minister Modi, he hosted the Tricolour on the streets of Lal Chowk. But what happened after that, we have seen only the Pakistani flags on this historical Lal Chowk. To counter that, we have hosted Tricolour on the top of the historical Lal Chowk, and it's not only the slap on those politicians who play with the sentiments, of Kashmiris, who play with the sentiments of rest of the Indians, and it's a big slap on their face. And one more thing I want to bring here, that is also the face of those stews in the Kashmir Valley, Pakistani stews in the Kashmir Valley, who think that the Kashmir belongs to Pakistan. I always say Kashmir belongs to India, and it will always remain with India.
Well, let me go straight across to General Bakshi, who joins us this evening. General Bakshi, what momentous scenes. It's not just the flag that was unfurled at Lal Chowk on top of the clock tower, or in Shopian, which is considered the hotbed of militancy. So you have served there, but also today young children on the streets are taking flags that are the length of 30 meters past the Omar Abdullah and Mufti homes. This is how the Janoon has been awakened in the future of Kashmir, General Saab? Young children on the streets are taking flags.
You know, Rahul, one is deeply gratified to see this, you know, and you know, one is deeply, deeply gratified to see this. It warms the cockles of the heart. You know, think of a few years back when it was one of the very hazardous enterprises that some brave hearts occasionally undertook to try and go hide a national flag, you know, somewhere and try and go and unfurl it in the Lal Chowk. And the police would set upon them with lathis and batons, beat them up black and blue, you know, and make sure that this thing never happened. And yet Pakistani flags, ISI flags were regularly being unfurled there. Regularly being unfurled there, especially in the times of Mehbooba Mufti. And she would pass it off as saying, "Ye to bacche hai." Of a piece with those stone pelters, you know, who were very dangerous bachas. I mean, they were mafia criminals. The fact is, we have allowed it to let it happen. We have not supported the patriotic element that was always there in the valley, but was frightened into submission. Rahul, I would remind you of what happened in the NIT a few years back, the National Institute of Technology. The India-Pakistan matches were on and they were incensed by what the, you know, Pakistani flags that were being you know, waved and the slogans being shouted. The students from the mainland, they took the national flag and they went round in procession round the NIT. 2 companies of J&K police were sent in to the campus. They broke the bones of 19 of those students. You know, hundreds more were injured, and they all had to run for their lives out of the valley. That was the state. We had allowed that drift as part of some kind of ambiguity. You know, sky is the limit. There is absolutely no scope for Pakistan and pro-Pakistani people in the valley. And today it is such a gratifying sight along the Dal Lake. In that very same Lal Chowk, the tricolours have been fluttering all over.
Yes.
And very proudly they have unfurled the tricolour on top. And it has been done by the locals. Nobody has had to go from the mainland to try and do that. This is what is coming through as a genuine expression of sentiment. The so-called centrist parties, they had become appeasers of Pakistan. They had become governments in waiting for the Hurriyat. They were treating the Hurriyat as a government in waiting, and it was all being treated as a matter of time. All that you had to do was to assert that India is not going anywhere. And the moment you say that and do that, the people respond in a different way. I remember when I was conducting counter-terrorist operations there, I had to hold once in a month meeting for, you know, the citizens, prominent citizens in Kishtwar and Rajouri and Poonch. And I used to tell them, look, some of you have a fallacy that one fine day you will wake up and like Mirage, the Indian armed forces would have gone. Not in another 10,000 years. You can forget it. India is going nowhere. Ask China about Tibet, and what is their answer? No, yet not. Any other language you want to hear it in, we'll tell you. We need it to be as unambiguous, as assertive about our right to Jammu and Kashmir. It's a piece of our sovereign territory, and all these ifs and buts have been thrown out of the window with that Article 370. And everybody has adjusted. They bloody well will. And a handful of 120, 150 terrorists are not going to change it, Rahul.
I must first of all... Absolutely. I must first thank you. I know that you've been indisposed and you'll still come out here because this is an historic day. So General Saab, please take rest. We will speak another day. We will see many more of these days, and we will have many more opportunities for you to express these lofty sentiments that you have. So do take care of yourself. Thank you for putting in an appearance and putting this in perspective. Aarti Tikku, today we have members of the National Conference. We have Sajid Tariq, leader of the Congress. We have Advocate Nilofer Masood here. What do you want to tell them, Ms. Tikku, today? What do you want to tell these politicians? We've heard General Bakshi say that they were clearly just trying to appease and hold or keep the seat warm for separatist elements, this, that, the other. Well, what do you want to say as a displaced Kashmiri Hindu?
Well, thank you, Rahul. Personally and professionally, this is a moment of vindication for me. It's an overwhelming event. It is an overwhelming event that has taken place today. And, you know, all my professional life, I had been saying that there is this idea of India which has been sustained by a large number of Kashmiri Muslims and large number of other people in the valley, but I was scorned for it. There were people in all these political parties who used to pour contempt, who used to disdain me for saying such things. All my professional life, I said that the idea of Pakistan was nurtured by these political parties, whether they are Abdullahs or the Muftis, whether using soft separatism, hard separatism, autonomy, greater autonomy, self-rule. All of these ideas were the shades of the idea of Pakistan. And I always said that this was being done with the complicity of these political parties, as well as some elements in the central government. So today, after seeing these kids, including my own brothers who live in Srinagar, despite all the threats, despite all the difficulties and challenges of living in Kashmir, they are there. This is the future, this is the present, and this I had been saying all along in the last 2 decades. And finally, these children, these youth have made it happen. They have shown, they have slapped the faces of all these political parties and politicians who milked the idea of Pakistan in Kashmir and who sowed these seeds of discord and conflict in Kashmir. And they earned all their wealth and built their empires on the blood of Kashmiris. They earned, huge, massive amounts of wealth after having killed innocent Kashmiri boys, girls, Kashmiri Hindus, drove them out of Kashmir, ethnically cleansed, genocide, all of that. And today, these youth, both Kashmiri Muslims and Hindus, they are there at Lal Chowk, unfurling the tricolour, and it can't be a bigger joy, it can't be a bigger accomplishment than this, because fundamentally, at the end of the day,
let me bring in, I think you made a very important point there. Let me bring in Advocate Nilofer. Advocate, instead of celebrating this occasion, 30 years, it's the first time after 30 years. This is a historic Tiranga tribute. We've been waiting for this day for 3 decades. Ek Nishan, Ek Vidhan, Ek Bharat. Who wouldn't want this? But this is what Omar Abdullah said today, viewers. He says, tricolour has disappeared. In less than a couple of hours, it didn't even remain there for the day. Why insult the national flag just for a photo op? When someone reminded him of the nuances of the flag code, this is what he says, viewers. If you don't know your Indian flag code, then here is a bit of help. Your Indian flag code. Are you foreigners? Is the National Conference some foreign party looking on with some sort of sour grape feeling in your hearts, Advocate? Aapko itni takleef?
Rahul, it's very bad to say on the national media that why do we need to prove always that we are the true patriotic. I don't think that before the abrogation of Article 370, the national flag was holding the same.
Because of what Mr. Omar Abdullah says, your boss.
Let me complete now.
उन्होंने कहीं ये लिखा नहीं, एक मिनट जी, I just want to say,
if you are a true patriotic, you should know what is the code which is annexed with our flag. Our flag has been always there, and we respect it, and it has been supreme. It has been enjoying the same status what it
really?
is enjoying, what it is
for
enjoying
for 30 years. Where was it on Lal Chowk?
The rest of the India.
On the symbolic Lal Chowk, where was it? Why couldn't you put it up for 30 years, madam? You have been in power for quite a few of those years.
Let me complete now. Allow me to speak. Allow me to speak. I have not interrupted anybody. The tradition from 1992 up to the year 2010, the hosting of flag was there, but it was stopped by the CRPF itself because they said there is no logic and there is no significance of hosting the flag in the clock before the Lal Chowk unnecessarily when the function is being conducted.
So CRPF was also arresting people. No, 1 minute. So CRPF was also running around. एक मिनट रुक जाइए, advocate जी, 1 minute. You are an advocate, madam. You are an advocate for a very diabolical 1 second narrative. Please let me bring in. I am not going to contradict you. Sajid Yusuf, your own Kashmiri brother is going to respond to you, not me. Not me. We are the brothers you kicked out, but that's okay. No, 1 minute. Advocate Nilufar, please don't keep speaking. Okay, it's all pseudo, it's all wrong, it's all bad, it's complete lies, it's fakery. Okay, you made your point. Okay, you made your point. I'll have to lower your fader, madam. Give me 10 seconds. आप तो एकदम डबल इंजन निकल आई हैं. रिलैक्स कीजिए, 2 मिनट तो रिलैक्स कीजिए. Let me bring in Sajjad Saab. Sajid Yusuf is also there with us. Sajid Yusuf, how do you respond to Advocate Nilufar? You respond to her today. You are a Kashmiri brother who is there. You respond. This Kashmiri brother was kicked out. Kashmiri sister Aarti Tikku was also kicked out. Fine, no problems. We are looking on from outside with pride. You have been part of this movement. You respond to Advocate Nilufar and ask her why for 30 years we couldn't see this.
Rahul, first of all, I want to say one point that she was saying that the thing is when from the last 10 years, the CRPF did not allow this to happen. First of all, I want to ask her one thing. क्या कहीं देश में या आज तक ऐसा कभी हुआ है कि सीएम को परमिशन लेनी पड़ी, सीआरपीएफ से लेनी पड़ेगी कि हमें ट्रिकलर होस्ट करना है? इनको शायद, मुझे नहीं लगता कि सीएम का पद को शायद वैल्यू उस चीज की पता नहीं है. वन मोर पॉइंट आई वांट टू मेक इट कि शी ट्रिकलर वाया देयर लॉन्ग बैक, जब 10 साल पहले भी ट्रिकलर थे, बट मैंने आज तक ये चीज देखी नहीं.
आपको तकलीफ है भारत के चिन्ह को हाथ में लेने में, आपको तकलीफ है, आप छोड़ दीजिए, आप बात मत कीजिए. 2 मिनट. अब साजिद,
इंस्टेड ऑफ एप्रिशिएटिंग,
साजिद साहब की बात सुनिए.
इंस्टेड ऑफ, या प्लीज,
यस सर,
प्लीज गो अहेड.
साजिद भाई बोलिए.
Instead,
go ahead. No, Sajid,
instead of appreciating us, Umar Abdullah is pointing finger on us. That's why the trickle has gone. Let me respond to it. I must tell her one thing, that once me and Sahil, when we were on the top of the clock tower, we saw the condition of the clock tower. It was not in the position to handle the pole. But what we did, we just put the trickle on it for a period of time, so that tomorrow SMC will repair it and tomorrow trickle will be there again. It was our concept. That's why trickle is not there.
Can you believe it, viewers?
Umar Abdullah have a problem. Instead of appreciating the young Kashmiris, that Umar Abdullah.
Can you believe it? The flagpole is so weak on top of that clock tower that for all these years it has been unused, that it can fall easily, and that's the reason. Sajid Yusuf, I salute you. The nation salutes you tonight. You have connected Lal Chowk to Rajpath. Sajjad Tariq, 1 minute, advocate, 1 minute. Sajjad Tariq Saab, let me come out to you. Do you owe an apology to the rest of this country? You're a member of the Congress party. Your government has been in power on several occasions in these last 30 years. In fact, Ghulam Nabi Azad has been given a Padma Award I don't know why, 30 years he didn't give any Kashmiri Hindu any justice. Neither did he actually allow for this flag to fly. Unko kyun diya wo to main Shazia Ilmi se पूछूंगा. But that is a different question right now. I want to ask you, Sajid Tariq Saab, and that's the fundamental question I want to ask you. Do you earn apology to 1.3 billion Indians that you could not give us? You could not give us, sir. You could not give us, 1 minute, let me finish my question, that you could not give us the satisfaction of saluting our own tricolor in the valley? Aap boliye, sir.
I'll tell you.
You are the master.
What you are saying, you took the name twice of
Shopia.
I'll tell you, in every district, सुनिए राहुल जी, आपको मैं रोशनास करने के लिए बताना चाहता हूँ, in every district, there was flag hosting. Every district, whether it is Shopian, Baramulla, Kupwara, Anantnag, Rajouri, Poonch, Jammu, Kashmir, everywhere, all the district headquarters of the state, before 2014 also, before 2018 also. Let me clear your doubts. And you have video recordings, I can send it to you. Then there were school children who were participating in the Republic Day and Independence Day program. What are you talking? I fail to understand that where we are landing up. What do you mean to say that after 47 there was no tricolor in the Kashmir? This is what the notion we want to give to the people.
Who says that? 30 years, Lal Chowk, 30 years. Lal Chowk, you answer. Lal Chowk, the heart of Srinagar, 30 years. Why?
Let me compile.
Tell me why.
Rahul,
tell me why.
Let me compile.
Tell me why. Sir, unfurling a flag in an empty stadium. In an empty stadium because you gutless people could not stand and hold the flag proudly without security cover. You are telling us?
You say the people,
No, I don't want to listen to your... No, I don't want to listen to your, sir, state propagated... No, 1 second. Your narrative that you put out... No, 1 second. Sajid Tariq, 1 minute. Listen to me. No, listen to me. You wait. Neither have you given justice. Neither have you, sir, in an unfettered manner, allowed the people to celebrate their own nationhood. And that is clear. You have people who are being arrested in the state for unfurling those flags in Lal Chowk. Should I show you the examples? Let's go. 1 minute. You are telling me, you now look at these examples. Let's pull out these examples, viewers, of when people have been arrested. Viewers. They have been arrested for doing their constitutional duty. Now let me tell you, 1 second. No, I know what you're going to say. 1 minute. Let me, 1 second, sir. 1 second, please. Let me start. Show the graphics. Those are pictures of people being detained. 1 minute. Those are pictures of people being detained, viewers, for flying the tricolor. These pictures don't lie. Now let me give you some instances. Swaraj and Jaitley arrested for trying to unfurl tricolor 2011. 15-year-old prevented from unfurling the national flag in 2016. Over 200 BJP activists detained as precautionary measure. Why? Because in 2017 they wanted to unfurl the flag. So all happening before 370, viewers, was scrapped. 6-7 patriots roughed up by locals for trying to hoist the flag in 2018. Today there are children fearlessly walking up and down with a 30-meter flag. They're not surreptitiously trying to go and unfurl a flag and feel. 1 second, please, don't talk over me. I'm pointing out facts now. You asked me for facts, I'm giving you the facts. You listen to me. 2 persons prevented from unfurling tricolor detained. This is as late as 2019. Viewers, let me tell you the truth here. The truth is that today, unfettered access the ordinary citizen of Kashmir has to raise this flag. He's not surrounded by military and made to feel guilty or as a criminal doing something that is upsetting the larger janta. Viewers, there was a time in this country on national media till about 5 or 6 years ago, and I don't want to point out the anchors, and Ms. Tikku will tell us, and the channels, where Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani, Mirwaiz Umar Farooq was sitting and being interviewed. What were they propagating? Whose flag were they flying?
Rahul, you see,
I don't want to go down that route, viewers. We've changed the chapter. We had Congress politicians having conversations with these wretched people. Conversations, jab bhi maar rahe unko. Manishankar Iyer, do you remember, viewers? Manishankar Iyer going and hugging Mr. Gilani, who wants to be a Pakistani till his dying last breath. He said, I want to be a Pakistani, I want to. This is a Congress party's face, viewers. Pushing for talks with these paid agents of Pakistan.
Rahul,
I say today, viewers, go outside their homes. 1 minute, don't, Sajid, don't, Sajid, please. Sajid Tariq, don't hide all this. I have the visuals, I'll show you the visuals, you'll be embarrassed. I'll show you the visuals, you'll be embarrassed. Don't do this. Shazia Elmi, I just want to ask you a fundamental question tonight. I want to ask you a fundamental question tonight. Sajid Tariq, 1 minute. Miss Shazia Elmi, one simple question tonight. We are seeing the change, we are feeling the change, we are embracing the change. I only want to ask you, will justice now be done to all of those who have been denied justice? Aarti Tikku, people like myself, others. In fact, viewers, I had it lucky. Let me be honest with you. I had it very lucky. I know of stories which will make you cry. But I want to ask Shazia Elmi, when will that day come now? And is it far away? Shazia Elmi, very quickly, and then I want to move on.
Well, it seems it's not so far away, and I really want to salute and thank people like I don't think I have to thank Sajid Yusuf for this, but it's really heartwarming to see what is transpiring on the streets and in Lal Chowk in Srinagar. I think the political parties will also turn, because you see, when people there are in a vice-like grip, either of greed, which we have seen, or of fear, and when they have people like Sajid Yusuf going out there and representing the new Bharat and the change, then people will have guts to come out and speak for themselves, because there are a whole lot of other people who just don't speak up. So I think it's a great day, and look after yourself, Sajid, and look after. I think there is need to, and we need to ensure that these wonderful messengers of peace and nationalism do not become pawns of hate politics, and and politicians will change their color. These two parties
that is a commitment that you,
like chameleons,
your party, your administration now needs to make to the likes of Sajid Yusuf. You need to make that commitment. But I need to move on. Thank you, Shazia Elmi. Thank you, Aarti Tikku. Thank you most. Okay, we'll hold you to it. Most, Sajid Yusuf. Salute you, sir. May God give you courage of conviction to continue this good work. All of India on Republic Day is saluting you. And those children, viewers, don't forget those children. They are the future. They are the ones who are going to take the reins of the narrative in Kashmir. It's those children. Today I want to hug those children, viewers. Lift them on my shoulders. And if I were the government, I would invite them here to New Delhi, to Rashtrapati Bhavan, and honor them with a tribute. Viewers, those are the role models, not these prophets of doom. Let me tell you, not the prophets of doom. I need, on Republic Day,